In this question, all lengths are in centimeters. The volume V of the cone of height h and the base radius r is given by V equal to 1 over 3 pi r square h. The diagram shows a large hollow cone from which a smaller cone of height 180 and base radius 90 has been removed. The remainder has been fitted with a circular base of radius 90 to form a container for water. The depth of water in the container is W and the surface of the water is a circle of radius r. Find an expression for r in terms of W and show that the volume V of the water in the container is given by V equals to pi over 12 W plus 180 cubed minus 486,000 pi. Okay, a very long question, but what you can do is you can slowly attempt it sections by section. First of all, ask you to find R in terms of W, right? To find R in terms of W, at this point here, you should be able to see that this is actually like a mathematically similar triangle. Mathematically similar triangle, which we are going to use the expression of R over R is equals to the height over height. Okay, the R is what we're looking for, right? So R, we're going to put it on top over the second radius, which is 90, is equals to the height, the big height, which is 180 plus W over the small height, which is 180, right? Then simplifying for this, R is actually equals to 90 multiplied by this, which will give you 180 plus W over 2. 90 divided by 180, so it's over 2, right? So now I have R in terms of W. Now, to find the volume of the water here, what I have to do is I just need to use the volume 1 over 3 pi r square h of the big cone minus the volume of 1 over 3 pi r square h of the small cone. I will get the volume of the shaded region here, right? Now, all I have to do is substitute the values into the formula. 1 over 3 pi r of the big one is given by this expression here over 2 square, right? Multiplied by the h, which is 180 plus w, minus 1 over 3 pi r square here is 90, and the height is 180. Let's type this into the calculator. Sorry, type this into the calculator, but this you have to simplify it manually. 1 over 3 pi. The square, I can actually separate it, where I have 1 over 2 square multiplied by 180 plus w, oops, 180 plus w square times 180 plus w here, minus, type this into the calculator, this would have given me 1 over 3 pi times by 1,658,000. Okay, 1,658,1,800. Then this will further simplify to 1 over 2 square is 1 over 4 times 3. You have pi over 12. 180 plus w square times 180 plus w. This will be the value here, w plus 180 cubed minus the simplification of this will give you 486,000 pi. Okay, therefore, this is shown. Then using the information here, water is poured into the container at a rate of 10,000 cubic centimeters per second. Find the rate at which the depth of water is increasing when W is equals to 10. Now, finally, once again, this is volume over time. So dV over dt is 10,000, right? Then find the rate at which the depth of water is decreasing. So this is dH over dt is the question. And when W is 10, so W is 10. Okay, W is not H, W is 10. Yeah? Now, solving our equation, dH over dt is equals to what we've been given, dV over dt multiplied by dH over dV. So this is the reciprocal of differentiation of volume in terms of H. Therefore, from here, dV over dH is actually equals to differentiate volume in terms of height, which our height is in W. So you would have gotten pi over 12 times by 3, then W plus 180 square, right? Which simplifies to pi over 4 W plus 180 square. Differentiate this becomes nothing. Then when W equals to 10, dV over dH is equals to 190 square pi over 4. Now, finally, solving the equation, dH over dt is actually dV dt, 10,000 multiplied by dH over dV. Remember, we have to invert this. So we have 4 over 190 square times pi, right? Finally, type this into the calculator. You will get the value of 0.353, three significant figures. Okay. And that's it for this video. See you in the next one.